time to start the show. Off the top rope, 4-figure leg lock. Ric Flair with the chest chop. Haters wonder why I never tap out. A young king like the Marquese. Undertaker with a coffin. Choke slam so often. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Man, the boy keep flossing.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to Wrestling with Things. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Wrestling with Things and like the Facebook page at Wrestling with Things. David Joseph joined by two of my favorite men in the whole universe, Eleno Cuevas and Sammy Joseph. Guys, we got some basketball news late in the summer. It's not necessarily a blockbuster, but I think it's going a little bit under the radar. The Phoenix Suns got Ryan Anderson and rookie DeAnthony Melton for Brandon Knight and Marquese Chriss. In other words, the Rockets got a little bit deeper, and the Suns got a temporary veteran in Ryan Anderson. So I'm going to start with you, Sammy. What do you think of this trade for both sides?
Well, I'm just going to keep it short and sweet because it, like you said, it wasn't really a blockbuster.
No.
So on the Sun side, I could see him fitting in, hitting some shots for them, but it's probably going to remain in the same area, fighting to get in. In Rockets, I still see them number one because they got another guy who could shoot, Brandon Knight. They got Marquese Chriss who could body up with guys. But all in all, Warriors. That's all I can really say.
Eve, what you think?
Nah, I agree with him a little bit. With the part that it's not really a big.
There's no superstars or all stars in the trade.
Yes, it's a good trade though. It's a trade that helps the Rockets get more deeper because you need to be deeper to face the Warriors that he clearly thinks are going to win. But I don't know. But they added a shooter, like he said, Brandon Knight. I know people have this thought of him, oh, Brandon Knight, he got dunked on by DeAndre Jordan, he got crossed up by Kyrie, he can't do, everywhere he's gone is a failure.
Right.
That's because they expected stuff, like they expected him to do something.
And in the social media era, those type of moments are in the forefront of
Right, exactly. Yeah. So people, they see Brandon Knight, they're going to automatically think of that. But no, I'm saying he's always had a lot of pressure on him. He was like a top 10 pick when he got drafted. He was really like talented. And
a solid career.
Right.
Most of his time in the league.
Yeah, exactly. So going into a different team, people expected certain things from him. But going into the Houston Rockets, they're not expecting him to do nothing but to shoot. So
the ball.
I don't think anything really bad is there to happen to him. Marquese Chriss, like he said, he's a pretty good defender. He's an all-right shooter, not too consistent, but he can stretch the floor a little bit and body up a little some big men if they need to. And he's very athletic. Very athletic.
I think that's probably going to be his number one attribute that he brings to the team. But I like, we all agree it's not blockbuster, but at the end of the day, I have to give this move like a B to A+, because guess when everybody was counting out the Rockets, everybody said Daryl Morey was making some dumb moves by letting Ariza and Mbamute go. He fixed the team's bench. Like, Mike D'Antoni was stuck playing 8 to 9 guys, not because he wanted to, mostly because he almost had to. Yeah. Those were the guys that were delivering. Mbamute was a non-factor. Nene, who usually gives them something, you can't play him on the court against the Warriors.
He's old.
Exactly. So I think they overall picked up guys that are young, they're athletic, and they could play in the fourth quarter. I think Ennis is going to be a valuable defender in late game situations. And now
people are really sleeping on Paul.
And now they got multiple point guards to lower Chris Paul's minutes. That has to happen if they want to keep him healthy. Put him on the Tim Duncan minutes restriction, 28, 29 minutes a game. Let Brandon Knight and MCW get their reps.
That's another thing. That's one reason why they weren't able to make it to the finals, because of Chris Paul. He had to do a lot. He had a lot of his workload. He had to do a lot.
You guys know why, though. I talked to you guys already.
You know why? Hold on.
You know why?
I think those 2 point guards are key. Believe it or not, and it's all about, people are going to look at them and say, "Oh, they're bums, whatever." But it's about what you're asking them to do.
Exactly.
You're asking them to just handle the ball for 10, 15 minutes, and maybe Brandon Knight, if he's hot, keep shooting. MCW drive and kick. You're not asking them to do anything. Just hold down the fort and save Chris Paul. And Marquese Chris, I think he's going to be terrific. He's athletic. He could shoot the three. Mike D'Antoni will up his three-point percentage. And Melo.
Give him a better shot. They'll give him a better shot.
Exactly. He's going to get the open.
Another factor is they were paying this guy way too much money.
Exactly.
So,
anything you
so
can
now
get
they
for
can, now they
Ryan
can definitely make
Anderson
another move.
is great.
They can definitely make another move next season.
And then,
Regardless,
because they got that $41 million.
that's true. But regardless, whether this trade was a blockbuster, whether it wasn't, you got rid of Ryan Anderson's contract,
Right.
and you brought in two other players that can actually contribute with something. Because Ryan Anderson, the only thing he can do was shoot threes, and that's what we were using him for, and he couldn't even do that in the playoffs.
Yeah,
he was shooting like 35% from the three-point line.
And let's-
That's 5 minutes per game. That's awful.
And I don't think this is going to be an issue, but let's say Brendan Knight and Marquese Chris aren't working out. They can always flip them before the trade deadline for a wing like Kent Bazemore or James Johnson. They will link to those guys.
Yeah, I read
so,
somewhere that
you know,
those-
getting one of those guys, that ups your defense a lot.
Yeah, I read somewhere that they were
So
looking
win-win.
at Ken Bazemore, so that is a good addition too. But
If you agree with anything we say or if you think we're crazy, let us know in the comment section. Get involved in the conversation. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Wrestling with Things.